Hello guys, welcome back to Construct GIS. So today we want to go and see on how we can do geospatial analysis using ChatGPT, Python, and JSON files. You can use shape files as well or CSV, but in this case we want to use JSON files. And you can see on my screen I already have a prompt, and I'm saying I have two JSON files for crime and Maryland state, and I want a Python that can read these JSON files and display them on a map. Make sure you center it on Maryland. So what ChatGPT will do, it's going to write this script on how we can do this. So before we copy this script, I want us to go to our drive. We are going to use Google Colab to do this task. So I have already created a folder within my drive, and I have these two data sets. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to right click anywhere on the folder and go to Google Colab. This way I'll be able to load my notebook. Google Colab is a cloud-based notebook, unlike Jupyter Notebook, that helps you run Python codes. So on your far left, you can see this folder icon. Just click on it, and you can be able also to load data from this interface. So I could have used I wanted to use the data that I've loaded to my drive, but my drive has a lot of things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this sample data folder. So what this does is it allows you to upload your data, but it will be stored temporarily. So what you're going to do, you're just going to upload these. Click on the three dots and click upload. And I'm going to upload my Maryland state and my crimes JSON. So just check both of them and open them. So you can see the warning. They'll be deleted when this runtime is terminated. Once you close this tab, you'll not be able to access these files again because they're temporary data and they're not stored in your drive. So once you have done this, you can go back to our ChatGPT and install these dependencies that are needed to run this code. By default, Google Colab has some of these installed, but to make sure that these install, you can just go through and ensure that they're actually installed. So we usually have this exclamation mark before pip when installing these libraries. Just click on this play button or shift enter, and it's going to run that cell. You can see this is already satisfied, meaning they are already pre-installed. So I can just add a new cell. You can add as many as you want. So I'm just going to hide this because we don't need it. We don't want it to be displayed. And we can go back to our ChatGPT interface and copy the Python code itself. So once you copy this, just paste it in the next cell. And you can see, if you read this code, you can see it's telling you to load your JSON files, the ones that we just uploaded. So for the Maryland state, just find the Maryland state, which is this one, and copy the path. And you're going to replace it here. Also do the same for the crime. Just copy the path and replace it here as well. So once you have here, everything else remains the same. Just shift enter. Also, ChatGPT gives instructions on how to use this code. So our expectation is we want to see the data displayed on a map, and it should be centered in Maryland. Maryland is a state in the US, and you can see we have loaded our data exactly where it falls. So just to mention something, when you're using web mapping features, please use geographic coordinates. That is for coordinate reference system 4326. Otherwise, if you use any projected system, you might have issues, especially in displaying this data. So you can see we have our Maryland state and the crimes data. So this is the interest. We want to get these boundary for Baltimore, so it's in Baltimore, and extract that. So what we're going to do next is give it a prompt that will be able to extract this boundary for Baltimore, and then you can do the interactive heat map. So I have a couple of prompts. So the next one is I want it to know the city that this crime points overlay with and print out the name of that city. So I'm just going to paste that prompt here. So once I've done that, so to determine that, it's telling me this and this and this. and it is asking me to do a spatial join between the crime points and the city boundaries. So again, installing the dependencies, we have already installed GeoPandas, so it's giving us the code again and how it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy again this, and I'm going to paste it in the next cell, which is this one. So it's not doing an incremental thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the paths to the crime again and the cities again. So what I'm going to do, just copy one for the Maryland, copy the path, and replace it in the cities JSON, and do the same for the crime, and just paste it here, and I just shift enter and see if it can. So it's telling me that the city name is not part of the column names, so we need to find what is the actual column name. So I'm just going to go to QGIS, and I'm going to find the name is county. So that's what we're supposed to change from city name to the actual column name. So this is county, so shift enter again, and let's see what it's going to output. And you can see it has output Baltimore City. This is the city that we are interested in. Even if you look at this interactive map, you'll be able to see that these points actually fall in Baltimore City. So this has been successful. So the next thing you need to do is so just copy for it this city, and then the next prompt is extract the city as a single JSON and save it. So I'm going to copy this and go back to my GPT, and I'm just going to paste it here and save it. So that's the next step. Again, it's doing the same thing, but now it has modified the code so that we can be able to get it, copy the code, and in the next cell, just you can paste it here. We actually don't need these because we have already loaded them, so we might as well just delete these, because in the previous cell we already loaded them using the same variables. So I'm just going to ignore them for now. Just shift enter again. So again, the city name is not city name, it's actually county. Just copy this and replace all instances that have city name, and that is it. Just shift enter again, and then you can see we have saved the boundary for Baltimore City. So if you come here, the name is citycrime.json, and this is the file. This is the shape file for our city of interest. So the next thing is create an interactive map for the crime points and display them on an interactive map again. So back to GPT, and I'm going to paste it here and hit enter. So it's actually sort of incremental. Now it's giving us more libraries to install. So meanwhile, as it writes the code, we can just install some of these to ensure that they actually exist. So again, in the new cell, include the exclamation mark, and then we're just going to shift enter. And as it installs, let's go back to our GPT and copy this code again. So you can see it's actually doing loading the data every time because it's not doing an incremental thing. So I'm just going to add a few more cells, and I'm going to paste that code. So here I need to add the boundary, so it should be Baltimore instead of Maryland. So you can change that. And then the crime, of course, is this. It remains the same. So I'm just going to copy the crimes, copy the path, and replace it here. I'm going to copy the one that we just saved for Baltimore City. So I'm just saying, and then everything else looks good. So the name, we can change it to instead of being but extracted city, you can just give it the actual name. So something like that. And then let's hit it run. So these are the name the map will be saved as. So you can see now we have our heat map for the crimes along Baltimore. So you can do a few styling. So you can tell it make the boundary. So let's say make the boundary transparent or something for us to see everything well. So just let me just type this first. So that way we can avoid having a green opaque boundary or the area of interest for Baltimore, so that we can be able to see how the crime distributes across the city. So again, repetition, but you can see it has generated a new code. So I'm just going to copy these, and so what I'll do, I'll add a new cell, and I'm going to paste these because these are the same lines for loading the data. You can see extracted city is the same. So, and already this is stored in the previous cell. So I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to shift enter again, and you can see we have a transparent background. So this way you can see we have something that can communicate, and you can see we can now say this area experiences a lot of crimes, and action can be taken from there. You can see anywhere that there's a high concentration, then we can conclude that that area, a buffer around that area, is prone to crimes. And if you have more data like police stations, you can overlay and see how far are the police stations from these areas. So that is it, guys, for this tutorial. And please, you can always leverage AI in your geospatial analysis. We are in the era of technology and AIs. So this I do handle my work on a daily basis. Try to incorporate AI. You can always come here and just upload a whole document, and AI will read your document and it'll break it down for you on what you need to do. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more GIS related content, and see you next time. Bye.